Hello creative potatoes! Today we are tackling skin tones. We're going to paint them with acrylic paint, and this is not a video on how to draw faces. Just putting it out there. Right, so while you quickly look at how I trace a golden ratio face onto an unstretched canvas, I'm quickly going to share with you some jokes to keep the video interesting. I first searched for skin tone jokes, but that's not the best thing or the most sensitive thing to really search for. So then I changed it to skin tone puns. So here are the top 3 skin puns that I found on Punstoppable. First one. Do you know what causes dry skin?
Toweling.
The second one. Do you know what is the major reason for dry skin? Third one. What is the leading cause of dry skin?
You're sweating.
So as you can see, there's a wide variety of puns available on the website Punstoppable. On a side note, I traced this twice on the front and the back of the canvas because I started out with a lot of ambition and then the whole video wasn't in focus, so I had to do it again. That's why you'll find some slight differences here and there. Because I'm an infinite well of fantastic ideas, I also thought at that time it's a wonderful idea to take various shots of this completed golden ratio tracing. I'm telling you, it's the epitome of my art career. To paint any skin tone, you will need 4 colors: a white, a red, a yellow and a blue, and then we just mix them all together. So you take a big blob of white, you add some red to it, add a little bit of yellow and add some blue until you get a brown color. This will be the base color of our skin tone. While you quickly mix all of those and cover the entire face with this base color of brown, I'm going to read you the 4th pun on Punstoppable. Today I learned that deposits of hard skin are called cords. This means the layer of skin I pull off of those areas are cornflakes. I thought this was quite smart. Okay, now that we got the entire face covered, it is time to start playing around with colors. First we're going to lighten some of the highlight areas of the skin, and we do this by starting with that original color and then adding some white, some yellow and some red to the color so that we end up with a slightly lighter color than what we started with, and then we just go ahead and add highlights to the most prominent areas of the face that are usually better lit. And while we go ahead and do that, what is the saddest thing that you can put on your skin? Disappointment. Completely unrelated to the previous joke, I recently reached the top levels of videography by putting the camera on my right side so that you can see absolutely nothing when I use my right hand to paint. I also think that was quite smart. Now we need to start to add some shadows to the face. This color is also quite easy to mix. You're going to take the base color or the color that you made lighter, it doesn't matter, and you're going to add some blue to it and also red and yellow, and you're just aiming for a darker brown. So you're going to have a little bit more blue than previously and a little bit more red and a little bit less yellow, because you don't want your color to become greenish. You would rather let it lean towards the purple side. We are going to add the shadows to the areas that are, surprise surprise, the least prominent or the most set back on the face. And then someone on Punstoppable wants to know, can you give someone a skin graft from your butt? Just ask skin for a friend. So we're getting to the part of the video now that I am going to have to leave you alone a bit. You have to experiment with the skin colors that we have mixed so far and to experiment with mixing your own and to really give your face dimension. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make when they are painting faces is to leave the face feeling flat, so not adding a lot of dimension to it, not adding a lot of different colors to it. So you need to go and experiment for yourself on getting that color and dimension. And dark skin really is my favorite in the sense that you can go wild with red and yellow, and you can amp that saturation up and play around with it and enjoy it. Let's move on to painting the lighter skin tone now. You're going to use exactly the same colors, but just a little bit more white. So you're going to take some white, add some yellow to it, add some red until it is the color that you want. Then you're just going to add a little bit of blue, like a tiny smidge of blue, and cover the entire face with that again. While you do that, I just want to share that I spent hundreds of dollars online buying expensive ointments for my skin condition. It was a rash decision. To darken light skin tone, we are going to follow almost exactly the same steps as darkening a brown skin tone. So you're going to add some blue, some yellow and some red until you get a skin tone that is a little bit darker. And we're going to follow the same steps and add the darker parts onto the more set back areas of the face. To make your skin tone lighter, you are going to add some white to it, and just make sure that you keep it slightly saturated, so you can add a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow to it, but when you are getting that light you will lose a lot of saturation. And now I'm going to leave you alone again to go ahead and do this and play around with the skin tones. You can do the same exercise with any skin tone. Once you can paint light skin and you can paint dark skin, you can paint anything in between. You can even go lighter and you can even go darker because you know how to do it. So yeah, that is it on painting skin tones. You probably noticed that I didn't spend a lot of time explaining how to paint the nose. That is an entire topic on its own and you don't need to know it now. You can just follow the outlines of the golden ratio and it will pretty much guide you on painting the nose. Then I just want to leave you with this little piece of wisdom. What do you do when you spill acid on your skin? Do basic first aid. Bye guys, thank you for watching and I see you next time.